friends, and welcome. I know you love the quick tips that I have to share, and today I want to share one for how you can do die cutting for one card, but you're going to end up with enough die cuts for 2 cards. It's basically the same work as making 1 card. We end up with 2. So I want to share that with you, and then at the end when we talk about life, I want to share just a few things that we can do to help us if you are in a cold weather place this time of year. Things that we can do that can help us with the vitamin D problem and just feeling better in general with not getting a lot of sunshine. Stick around, let's get started. So for this card I'm going to make, I want 2 things. I want a tag that I can stamp my focal point onto, and then I also want a small die cut for the greeting. So we are going to cut them out of these 2 separate pieces of paper, but where I place them on the paper is important since we're trying to make 2 cards from one. Where we put these pieces is important. So when you're doing die cutting, a lot of times you can plan your cuts in the way I'm doing this here, where you will get 2 usable pieces instead of 1, along with a scrap. So here is where I am placing those 2 dies. I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. And I do get a lot of questions about my die cutting machine. I love this machine. I'm operating a little awkwardly right now so that I don't hit my camera, but I love this machine. I have used others in the past, and I have had far better luck with this one than the others. It doesn't have weird spots on it that don't cut out right. I don't have to use all the tricks and send it through 8 times and backwards and sideways and upside down and do all the things to get it to cut right. It does a perfect job every time. So here's what we have. I have this piece and I have this cut out as well. Now I'll bring in the card bases that I have prepared, and I am going to put this on this piece and this onto this piece. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I realized I intended to cut this piece from the white and this piece from the wood grain print. But you know what? There are no mistakes in card making. We can still use this. This is still going to work. So let's get to it. So here's what I'm going to do. I am using some stamps and some products from our Celebration promotion going on right now, where you can choose a free item with every $60 you spend. So some of the options are stamp sets. This is actually one of the upgraded sets. You have to spend $120 to purchase, but we have so many cute things. This is the set I'm going to use on this one card. We have embossing folders, really neat things. There's no limit to the number of products you can earn right now, and I love this heart stamp from this heart set. So on the white tag, I am going to stamp the heart. This is Pebbled Path ink. This paper is from one of the packs. That's an option. It's a mushroom theme pack. It's really cute. We have a fruit theme pack. We have a floral theme pack. Really, really neat options. So we are going to put this here, and then I will stamp a greeting through the tag hole onto the base. And then for this one, we are going to stamp a little scene in the background with that adorable Pick a Season stamp set. So let's do that. I'm going to grab this is the top of the tree stamp. I really like how this was designed, and I am going to line this up where I think I want it, and then I am going to lift that paper off so that I don't stamp on it. And then I can add the tree trunk. I can add all the things. This is one of those fun sets that has a lot of cute little things you can add. And today must not be my day for properly inking my stamps. We'll put that there. I love that this set comes with 5 different options for what you can stamp into the openings on the tree. So I had made one in one of my videos here not too long ago. I used those hearts. It could be for Valentine's Day. It could be for an anniversary. It could be for all kinds of things. It could be just because. For this one, I decided to use the pretty little flowers. And the ink color I'm using right now is Petunia Pop. I love that. That is super cute. Now we have a little grass stamp. We're just going to build a fun little scene here. So I'm going to stamp some grass. We'll stamp 2 or 3 times to get that faded effect. It's called stamping off. I do that a lot on my projects. Now let's put this back over top, see how it is going to look. And I got my tree a little higher up than I intended, but that's okay. We're still going to do this and stamp a few clouds up here. I think we'll still be able to see these even though I got a little close to the top. And there are some other things we could add in. I think, oh yeah, we got to do it. We have the stamps. You know, I think I'll put this across. We are going to have a tag on here. Oh, I'm being indecisive. Let's do it. Let's add a little fence down here at the bottom. We'll add a little bit of interest to this white piece. Since this is not exactly how I planned at all, I got everything flip-flop around with my colors and everything. But anyway, let's add a little fence down here. And that is too even for me. We're going to go one more. Okay. And did I miss anything? I do. I have some more stamps. There's some little flower stamps. This is from this one actually. And I thought about stamping some flowers on top of the wreath. Let's do it. Let's be adventurous. You just never know until you try, right? Nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm backing out. Okay, let's get our cards put together now. And you'll see how, if you plan your die cutting like this, it can give you a way to end up with 2 cards, or maybe even more than that, worth of die cuts with just the amount of work of making your die cuts for 1 card. So we'll put this right over top here. I could pop this up if I wanted, but I think I want to pop up the greeting tag, so I'm not going to pop up both of them. This one, again, we'll just put this straight onto the card. And then I'll pop up the bigger tag. We do need to stamp our greetings. So again, I'm going to use the Pebbled Path ink. I have 2 greetings that come with this set. So I got the die for my tag, came out of this die set right here that comes as part of this free product option right now. This has 2 little small ones that work nicely with this tag. I have My Heart Loves Your Heart and Just Because I Care. So I'm going to put the My Heart Loves Your Heart onto this one. And Just Because I Care onto this one. And this is where I thought my tag was going to be white, but we can improvise. And this totally still works. So I'll grab some dimensionals. We can pop both of these pieces up. If you need mini dimensionals for small tags like this, we do have mini dimensionals, but a lot of times I just use these edge pieces that are nice and narrow. You can trim them with scissors or just rip them like I just did here. So let's get these on here. So I'll talk a little bit more about Celebration. Lasts through the end of February. With a $120 purchase, you can use 2 of those free product options. Really, really cute, neat things. And we do have a sign-up special that you can get either $155 in your choice of products for just $99, or a selection of products. Some of them are pre-selected for you, but about over $200 worth of products for $99. So a link to all the details in the video description below. Here you go. Here's this one. Super simple. We could put some trim through this right here to add something, add a few embellishments if you want, or just keep them really simple like this, the cute little tree with the flowers, just because I care. What a great thinking of you card, right? We could use this one for anything, for a friend, for an anniversary, for somebody, just somebody that we care about. So where I'm at in northern Indiana, it gets a little chilly this time of year. So what is it called? Seasonal affective disorder. A lot of people have a hard time in the winter months because we're not getting out and about. There's less sunshine. We live pretty close to Lake Michigan, and my husband likes to call it the permacloud, that we a lot of times just don't see sunlight. So I've been learning a lot about nutrition and wellness and natural healing, and I just thought I would share a few things that could help this time of year. So vitamin D deficiency is part of the problem, or maybe a lot of the problem. When we are in sunlight, our skin makes its own vitamin D. When we are not in the sun, we don't do that. Vitamin D deficiencies, a lot of our health problems are coming from deficiencies. So if we can get better about eating real food, eating nutritious food, that is going to help a lot of the problem. But just a few things I've picked up on about vitamin D. So one great place to get vitamin D is from cod liver oil. This is something I know people who swear by cod liver oil. I think there's a lot to it. It doesn't taste as bad as the name sounds, in my opinion. You can't take fish. I don't know about much about fish oil or fish capsules. I take the kind of the bottle that you need to refrigerate. I think it is more effective, but that's one thing. Just read the other day with the diet that I'm on, one of the things that is highly recommended for building up nutrition and nourishment when your body isn't working the way it's supposed to is raw egg yolks. Now, they suggest that you find them locally from birds that live outside, and I guess the risk of salmonella is, I think the number was like 1 in 7,000 eggs is contaminated, so it's not very often. I've been doing this for a couple years. I haven't gotten sick yet. But anyway, raw egg yolks. I think it said 2 pasture raised birds that can run around egg yolks would meet your daily vitamin D requirement. The other thing is butter. So if you, friends, the diet I'm on, we eat old school. Traditional cooking is what some of this is called. And if you are wondering about the background of this and people who stand for the idea that things like lard and butter and eggs are good for us, go look up the Weston Price Foundation. Weston is spelled W-E-S-T-I-N. Go look that up. He was a dentist about 100 years ago. He did a whole bunch of research. Good information, in my opinion. Good information. So pasture-raised butter, I don't know, a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons or something of butter would meet your vitamin D requirement as well. For the diet I'm on, with trying to heal my digestive system, heal leaky gut, they tell us to eat as much fat, as much animal fat especially, or good quality olive oil that hasn't been heated, things like that as well. Coconut oil, as much fat as possible. There's kind of a funny saying in my little diet group. It is, if you want to eat a stick of butter, just eat a stick of butter. That's a little beyond me. I haven't done that yet, but maybe tomorrow I will. I don't know, probably not. Those are a couple of things. Getting in the sunlight, thyroid problems, I think a lot, maybe half of people, I don't know, have thyroid problems. The testing is kind of funny. So if you feel like you have the symptoms of thyroid and they're telling you you're fine, it's because the testing is kind of not quite right. But getting outside, especially first thing during the day, can help with your vitamin D, but thyroid, it helps reset thyroid stuff. So those are a couple of things. I believe you can't you get like lights to put like on your desk or somewhere that you sit during the day that actually will provide the light that your body will make its vitamin D. I don't know what they're called exactly. I've never used one, but just thought I would share a few things because I know this time of year can be hard for people not getting out and about, and especially if then we're having more deficiencies such as vitamin D can really affect the way we feel. So that's what I got for today. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you'll be back again next time when I will be here helping you to hand make with love.